I don't know how it's gonna work. I don't know how it's gonna go. I don't know how it's gonna go. It could go either way. It could go either way.
Hey!
So, I gotta bring something up. I might have dyslexia with shapes. I may have put a door on upside down. I fixed it. I did fix it. I gotta fix the door stoppers. I gotta adjust those. But I did fix it. But shamefully, I must say that I hung a door upside down.
And we had no idea until the comments.
I was all proud as punch too. Y'all come in raining on my parade. I come over here, I was like, man, look at that door. That door's looking fine. And then all of a sudden, Shade, we love you to death, but that door's upside down. I'll just have to remember not to hang doors when I'm doing handstands anymore.
It's the Shade, we love you to death, but...
No, nobody was mean about it. I mean, they were just like...
They're cute.
I mean, maybe it's abstract.
Maybe we can start a trend.
Yeah, maybe. You know, I think somebody called it a, they called it, what was it? Like something with a kick. Like a kick plate. They called it a kick plate, I think. Well, I mean, maybe I was just trying to make a head plate. Instead of like kicking it open, you just and open it.
Mommy, why does the big part have to be on the top? Why is that necessary for some reason? Or is it just preferred?
It's like you wear a right shoe on a right foot. You don't see people wearing a right shoe on a left foot.
I feel like it's a hat, frontwards, hat, backwards sort of thing. I feel like it's preference. I didn't mind having an upside door.
So this is
a down door.
The regular door. This is upside down
I prefer the upside down door. Some days. What? No, I like it turned around the front way some days too. Depends on. Now turn it to the side. See, if we had hung it sideways, I could get it. Like, I could understand. So we fixed it. Actually, Shane fixed it last night. As soon as you guys commented that, and we were reading the comments, after I had a wheezing asthma attack in the floor because I was horse laughing so hard till I was literally hoarse. Shane was like, "I can't look at this all night."
Yeah,
so
at first I was gonna be like, "I'll take care of it tomorrow." And then I was like, I won't be able to do that. And it's got to get fixed tonight. So that's what I did. I fixed it.
It looks good. I thought it looked good before though. So now that door is fixed.
Now that the elephant is out of the room, thanks Dumbo. Come back again sometime.
You're precious. I'm sorry.
Did you just call me precious?
Now that we got the
Call me precious.
Now that we have that door up though, now we can move to, hey, at least you didn't hang the barn doors upside down.
Maybe
Did you?
No, they're even like on
sure?
all. Yeah, they don't have a
What about the doors in there?
thin top, big bottom.
We're good.
Yeah, we're good. Somebody did bring up a good question.
What?
They said, can the washer and dryer fit through the door? Go check that now.
It's really pretty outside.
We never claimed to be HGTV. The dryer might have a hard time, but that's why we got a back door.
We do always say, watch as we do, don't do as we do.
Don't do as we do.
Just watch as we do.
Yeah. But that's how we learn. That's how we learn. So the next time I put a door on a room, I'll remember things. Stop looking around for places to put a door. I'll put it on upside down, just to spite you.
I think it was beautiful.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. I like it.
You like it?
I'm proud of it.
I'm just feeling stink bug.
Is it me?
No, it's that perfume I use. It smells
No,
like
I don't think it
stink.
smells like stink bug. I'm starting to question if you know what a stink bug actually smells like.
Today's agenda.
Ow.
Sorry. Finish out the trim on the outside of the pantry so we can start on the inside. Finish out the trim with the kitchen cabinet so that can be done with. So when we get done with the pantry, we can move on to the next room.
Let people see that you're harboring a duck in your pants. Might want to check for an egg back there.
We're also going to do some searching for...
Searching for the carpenter inside me.
We're going to do some searching for some organizational stuff for the pantry. Are you making fun?
Huh?
You know, the last thing I'd be doing if I hung a door upside down would be making fun of somebody for something. Hey, baby. I'm your mama boy. Oh. You say hi? You say hi to the boy? We're going to find some organizational stuff for the pantry. Because we need to get the pantry done soon so this little booger can stop getting in the cereal.
Yeah, the chips.
The Fruit Loops. You have a thing for Fruit Loops, don't you? It's a baby boy. No love him. Okay. Alright, Mr. Wags. Looks like your daddy. Always wagging your tail. Gonna take off. You can go take off. Go take off. Yeah. Don't just go hurt your back. Happy Thursday. I got baby goats over here in a crate because it was too cold for them to be outside last night. So they're literally just chilling. But I can't send them outside right now because it's still too cold. So once it starts getting up in the afternoon, then it'll be a little bit warmer and they can go outside. But look at them. That's your baby. Don't get inside your goats. Once it warms up a little bit, then I can take them outside. It was easier to feed them last night though with them being inside. But it should warm up here in a little bit. I got some house things to do and then we're on with our day. Let's get along with the day. Get along, little doggy. Get along, little doggy, as Patrick Starfish says.
But baby, you keep stealing dances. Keep cutting in like you own me, then suddenly throw me away. You say we never had a chance, but you keep throwing me these glances, looking like you want me right now, but just like lightning, you're gone. Yeah, you're gone.
I really need to clean this fabric softener holder in my washing machine. This thing goes uncleaned for so long. I forget it's there until I open it up, which we all know is a rare occurrence when I open it up to do laundry. But I forget it's there until I open it up and I'm like, snap, I need to clean it. But then I'm already getting a laundry load started. Then I'm like, I'll just wait until I move it over to the dryer. And then we all know I forget because I have the memory of a goldfish. Are goldfishes the one? Are goldfish the ones that have... No, elephants have good memories, right? By the way, how do we know that? Like, how did we find out the science behind that? I'd like to know that. But anyway, I need to put that on my to-do list for this week. I need to write it down so it does not leave my mind and I don't forget it. I'm doing a crap ton of laundry because the pantry has been harboring my laundry. And since we're working on the pantry, I need to get that laundry out of there so we can get in there and measure and stuff because it's wild in there, but it's been hiding it.
Sorry for hurting me, then you change
So Shane and I are kind of walking around the pantry and finalizing our ideas for the inside of the pantry, and while doing this, we come across a problem. So the way that I budget out for all my home makeovers, if you haven't been here for a while, you wouldn't know this, but if you have been here for a while, I talk about it pretty often and regularly, but I do the envelope method for our home updates. We're real life people on a real life budget with real life bills. Like, we can't just go spend a fortune. I don't have $100,000 in the bank to just spend how I want to. So I have to budget it out, and the best way I can do that is with envelopes. Now, I'm not on here promoting you save with envelopes or anything, because I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm the last person that needs to be giving you any money advice, because Shane and I don't know a lot about handling money, like investing and stuff. I have a person who's helping me with that now. But as far as like me knowing how to invest money and stuff like that, that's just not something. We both come from very, very, very dirt poor families. Like, I mean, under the poverty level families. Neither of us have any experience in money, and neither of us have any experience in money handling. And that's evident and prevalent through our marriage, because 7-8 years ago, I can't remember how many years ago it was, but we had a bankruptcy. So I'm the last person to be giving anybody any money advice, but I will tell you this: coming from a poor family, not knowing how to handle money, having money struggles and stuff, the best way that I can save is through the envelope savings method. And I can tell you that because I've tried saving a lot. Now, sometimes my envelope savings looks different. Sometimes it's in like little plastic bags. Sometimes it's in an actual envelope. Sometimes it's in a little binder. Regardless of what it looks like, it's still technically the envelope saving method, where I take a portion of money that I make or that Shane makes, and I split it up into envelopes that have written on them the names of the thing that I need that envelope to be for, if that makes sense. So if I need, let's say, this pantry, I'm going to have an envelope or a plastic bag or a binder with the word pantry on it, and then periodically I'm going to add money into it as Shane and I make money, and then I'm going to keep record, kind of like a checkbook style. I'm going to keep record of how much money is in that envelope, and then I'm going to have on that envelope how much money I need. So I keep track of how we're moving towards the end goal, which is the amount of money we need in order to complete the pantry. The problem is with this go around, I didn't have the correct end goal on there. I didn't have the correct outcome. I was short quite a bit, and you'll find out here, like when we start writing down the supplies list, that's whenever I'm like, oh snap, we don't have what we need in this envelope. And I don't switch out envelopes. I don't put money between envelopes. The money doesn't migrate. It stays right there. So this became a problem, because I was like, oh, I either went too hard on the outside of the pantry without realizing it, or I didn't save enough, or the price of supplies has skyrocketed since starting this savings. So I have no idea. Okay, so I'm running into an issue here. This never happens, okay? Usually. I won't say never. This usually doesn't happen. But I'm running into an issue because I'm sitting here planning everything out, and I have budgeted short. So we're coming up short when it comes to inside the pantry. And I don't think I've done that. I know I haven't ever done that since being here in the double wide. And I can only remember one other time I did that in the single wide. So I usually, I do the envelope method to save. So I usually know exactly what I have and exactly what I need. But I don't know if the price has differed since I started saving for this project when it comes to like wood or stuff. Even going the Home Depot route, because usually we go Lowe's, but Shane's been liking Home Depot wood. Home Depot is cheaper on their wood, but even going the Home Depot route, which is the cheaper wood route, I'm still falling short when it comes to the pantry. So I'm at a crossroads here. Am I going to just do it and cut corners, because I don't take out of anything else? I will not take out of any other envelope to do this. And that's just a rule I have. Like, I always tell y'all, like, I don't take out of other envelopes for a Big Mac, for a Whopper, not nothing. I don't take anything out of the envelopes. But if I did, I'd be doing that all the time. So I've just made that like rule for myself. That being said, am I going to go ahead and do it, fall short, and then just have to work with what I can? Or am I going to wait and budget in the small amount that I'm lacking? I don't know which one to do right now. Because I know what I'm wanting to do right now. I know I want to just do it. And I'm like, okay, we can cut corners. We can just get this instead of this. But inevitably, like us making over the house, like we're making it into something that we love in our dream home and stuff. And I'm not just this is how I'm feeling right now. I'm not just doing this for a video. So I'm not just making over my house for a video. God has given me the opportunity to be able to, you know, spread his word, but also like do something I enjoy doing. And I'm thankful for that, but I'll never just do something out of boredom or out of making a video out of it. Because at the end of the day, this is our home. And because I've been given this opportunity, like I want to do it how we want to do it. So I know if I wasn't on YouTube, and this is where I'm coming to the crossroads, if I wasn't on YouTube and I didn't make home makeover videos, would I sit here and go ahead and do that thing? Or would I wait until I had what I needed to do and I wanted to do that thing? Well, I know what I would pick if I wasn't a YouTuber and I didn't do this stuff for a living, but like...
But you were talking about possibly cutting corners.
Yeah.
Right? If you cut a corner, there is a higher chance, not necessarily, but there is a higher chance that we have to go back in and redo it. So you ask the question, are you cool with doing that? And then you go back and do, you know, whatever. Or do you want to do something and it's, you know, the permanent?
That's my thing is, being a creator, like, the creator in me is saying, yeah, I do it because they're waiting on it. But the homeowner in me is saying, wait, because you want to do what you want to do. And I kind of am torn because I don't want to make y'all mad. But then again, I don't want to do something that I know I'm not going to be 100% happy with because our money is going into this.
This like, comes into, this is a perfect opportunity, like, you know, how, like, they know how we save through the envelope method, you know. It's not just that we just have this limitless wellspring of money to just, you know, so like, for instance, you know, like, when we worked on the kitchen, it was frustrating, I'm sure, when you're sitting there and you're like, get it done, you know, but it's like...
on your guys' end, I understand, because you guys are like, come on, Merina, you're doing this in parts, like, get it done already. Yeah. But on our end, you don't know our financial situation, and people think that we're rich because I'm a YouTuber, and we bought a house, and first of all, we bought a 30-year-old double wide. I mean, we did get approved for 3 times of this, I will say that. Like, we chose to go this route because it was our dream home, and it was what we wanted. It was a more realistic thing. I mean, I'm not gonna go out here and buy a mansion when the income could change tomorrow. So that was never an option, even though we were approved for that. But just because we bought a double wide, we are not rich. Let's go ahead and set that record straight. We live, I mean, so like budget to budget like anybody else. And this is an instance where this is evident. Like, we could pull it from something else. There's not a lot we could pull for right now, but we could.
We went, you know, we went with the porch. That was a long thing with the porch, and the porch was one of the most expensive DIYs that we did.
We got so much hate for stretching the porch out because I think, like I said, I can see it from the point of view of the viewer, because you're thinking, oh, they're stretching this out to milk it and make more content, make more money. I don't make more money from breaking up the videos. Me,
she wants things done now, so we can go on to the next thing.
I want it done now. Whenever we stretch out something like that, we do not make more money because the algorithm does not, and the viewers doesn't like it whenever we stretch out something. We get better views and better like engagement whenever we do a video in full. That being said, that's not realistic. It's not, and I'm not going to push him just to get it done, so the algorithm will favor me in that situation. Well, and
that's, you know, another thing too is like a whole part about this channel is we try to be as realistic and down to earth like as everybody else, and it's like, and everybody knows it's not realistic. You're not going to just have $10,000 laying around to finish a project ASAP and get it done. I mean, we do it in chunks. You know, that's how we have to do it. That's how we can
afford it.
Exactly.
Because I'll tell you, even though a lot of people do think that we make like this grand amount of money and stuff, while we do make way more money than we used to. We really do. Like, we make way more money than we used to. We are not rich by any means. And when I say way more money than we used to, keep in mind we lived off of $400 a week.
Several months where this flooring here wasn't, you know, we didn't have that flooring finished down through there, you know. But I couldn't finish that until we got to the cabinets and got all that done. But we had to save for that. We had to be, you know, have what we got. we got it on there, got it done, and then I was finally able to go through there and finish that flooring, you know. So that's another.
I know that they're waiting on it. I don't want to make them mad.
Yeah.
I don't want to make them mad. I don't want to make anybody like upset.
I think it's just, you know, I think it is important to like just share, like, you know, like what you said. It's not us trying to milk, you know, a project and stretch it out. It does not benefit us. I promise you, he knows. I've talked to him about it. You had to empty out envelopes that were going towards a particular DIY in the single wide when we had that roof problem or the ceiling problem and the roof problem, and I had to get up and fix both.
Yep.
And I mean, and that cut into that envelope, you know. So it's a matter of like, you know, we need to be smart in how we handle it, you know. And I think the thing is that our friends are very understanding. They get it, you know what I'm saying? We're not trying to create like a clickbait, like, ooh, wait until next week to see what happens, you know, like, we're not Rocky and Bullwinkle here. Will they ever finish this DIY? Stay tuned. But like, that sounded more like Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
It's just, it's real life. Like, yeah. I'm not a YouTuber, I'm a person. Like, this isn't a show, this is our life. This isn't a set, this is our home. Mm-hmm. So it comes down to like, this is what everyday people go through. Do y'all know anybody who just randomly does a makeover every week in their house and then like spends a fortune on it? I don't know anybody who just does that for fun when they're renovating a house maybe, but even then, like, they can only do it at their own pace. So I don't know, what would you do? I'm gonna leave it up to you, because I know I'm gonna make the wrong decision. I'm gonna say go ahead and do it.
You're a great decision maker. I think it's a thing of, if you want to go ahead and do it, we can do it. And we can make it look fantastic. Yeah. But I do know that some corners may have to be cut.
Yeah, because we're running about...
And you're going to end up, you're going to love it, but it's always going to be something nitpicking in the back of your head. And then about 3-4 months down the line, you're going to be like, okay, let's, you know what, let's go in here and finish this. And redo something. You know what I'm saying? That's my only concern there.
So we're falling about $200 short than what we need to do it the way that I had planned it. $200, that's a lot of corners.
Exactly.
Our option is to either just do it or hold off. And if our option is to hold off, then I need to look at what other envelopes I have that are ready.
You have one other option. You have one other option. Your one other option is start the project.
Oh, I can't do that. They'll be so mad. I can't do that.
But listen. I mean, it's a real option. Start the project and get what we can finished.
But they won't like it.
Well, I mean, who is they? Because here's the thing.
The people who watch.
I know, but hear me out. Okay.
Like they are invested.
We have a lot of friends on here. Okay, we have a lot of friends, and I can sit here and tell you, because I'm in the comments every single week, every single video. I'm in the comments, and I can sit here and tell you, for every person that isn't being mean, they're just being like, hey, you know, when are you gonna finish this? But, you know, I'm not just talking about just the party ones, right? But just the ones that like, hey, I'm not being mean, but when are you gonna finish this? This is really taking a long time, you know. For every one of those, there's like 50 to 100 people that understand.
I know. I don't take that lightly. Like they're invested.
I know. We value each and every one of our friends' time, and we don't want to waste your time.
That's what I'm not.
Like we're not here to waste your time. We're not here to, you know, just be the you know, a TV show. You know, it's like, the thing is that I truly think the most beneficial, because if we do it that way, the option that I said, breaking it up.
I really don't want to do that.
I know, but the reason that that's beneficial is because that also will allow you to have your pantry the way you want it to be. Exactly the way. I just watched a stink bug fly through the house. That pantry's not going to end up the way that you're envisioning right now.
Yeah, it's not.
And
Not
then-
what got written down right
And
now.
then whenever you say, I don't like it, let's go back and redo it, then you've got our friends have to watch the same reno again. And on top of that, we're also spending more money on it.
I know.
So
You're making sense. I know.
See, like, other side of the spectrum is sometimes if I'm watching a video, I don't mind parts.
I know, but first of all, I don't like posting things in parts because I don't like watching things in parts.
Mm-hmm.
But secondly, I know I can post whatever I want to post. I could go out here and post me staring at a can of beans for 2 hours. I know you'd watch that. You'd be the only one. But I know I could post that. It's just, I'm not one of those creators that are like, I can post whatever I want because I'm not watching these videos. I'm not watching these videos. Like I hate to even proof them when I have to rewatch them after I edit them because I don't find myself entertaining. Like I like editing him. He's hilarious to edit and the kids, but I don't like to edit myself because I don't think I'm interesting.
You're very interesting.
I know, but honestly, God, that's like how I feel. So I'm not just going to be like, I'm just going to post whatever I want because it's my channel. No, like without y'all, this is just a channel. You're as big of a part of it as I am. And so that's why I always try to take into consideration how they feel because they're just as big a part of it as I am. How would you guys feel if I wait until... Don't roll your eyes yet. How would you guys feel if I wait, which I can give you a timeline for that. It'll be in the next couple of weeks. And in the meantime, I can look at my other envelopes and see what they have in it. Because I know I have...
Because that's another
I have one full envelope that's ready to go. I was just waiting for the right time for it.
And that's one thing, I don't know if you explained to them, but you don't shift your own.
That's what I was
like
telling
you
them,
don't
like,
take
pull.
from this one because then that'd be a rocky slope.
I would do
down.
that all the time. Is that okay?
So do we post the video and then they'll tell us if it's okay? Because you're asking.
Oh, that's true. What if we did this? Because this one right here is full. That one, my envelope is full. I got it. Like it's ready to go. And I need to do that. I also have an envelope for that. And it's not full because there wasn't an amount on it. It's just like whatever I wanted to add. We do that and then I can actually do $100 exchange. If I do $100 there and then... So it's not full or unfull. It's just there. And then we need to get that done. 100% need to get that done.
Alrighty, y'all. Guess what I'm going to be doing right now? We're going to be finishing this this door frame right here. So anyway, me and Rena were talking about what we could use to put here. And at first I was going to just get some like nice, like kind of finished wood to go on it. But we kind of wanted something to have more of like just a solid look to it so it wouldn't have like the grain and all that the wood has. And then I had an awesome idea. We still have a little bit of this stuff left here. And so I'm gonna cut a panel off and I'm gonna slap it on the sides and then the top here. And then I'm gonna put some nice new corner trim around the edge here and just give it a nice like finished look. So yeah, let's get this started. Come on!
Because I don't like watching videos in parts, and I know a lot of you feel that way too, and because I don't like filming videos in parts, especially when it comes to a pantry, which is it's just a small like room, there's no reason to spread that thin. Like that should be just done in one video. Since I want to get that pantry done in one video, then I think we're going to move on to the envelope that's full and just wait. It's about a week and a half until we can jump back on the pantry. If that's okay with you guys, you can let me know. Don't be afraid to hurt my feelings in the comments. Like when I ask you how you feel, I really want to know how you feel. I don't want to hear what I want to hear, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want you to tell me it's okay if it's not okay. You know what I'm saying? So if that's okay with you guys, then that's something that I would like to do. I would like to wait until I have everything ready to do the pantry. We're going to go ahead and do the trim here. I had originally planned to do that with the inside of the pantry, but then whenever I started looking at the budget and seeing where I fell short, I was like, okay, let's just get this part done with and over with, because it's considered the outside of the pantry, and then we can move in there later and do the inside wall there of the other side of the door frame and all that stuff. But I wanted to go ahead and get this up. That way the outside at least looked finished and it wasn't driving me crazy for the next week if we decide to hold off. Like I said, though, I do have a full envelope, and it's about the time where it needs to be used. Like, we're coming up on the time where I was going to end up doing it anyway, so I think we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm really excited about that, too. I'm just really excited about the pantry, because once the pantry's done, we're ready to move out of the kitchen, and we've been in this kitchen for like a year at this point. It's been a long time. It's been a long time, and I'm grateful and I love it so much, but your girl wants to move on to a different room. So that's why I'm excited to get the pantry done. I'm excited to get the pantry looking good, get our food organized in there, get my dogs out of the daggone cereal, and then move on to the next room. I just really wanted to share this side of the project and this side of the process with you guys, because I feel like, you know, when we watch these YouTubers who are constantly making over their home, especially when you're sort of in the niche that I can be in sometimes. I'm kind of in my own niche. I'm all over the place. I do all sorts of kinds of videos because I like homemaking. I like cleaning. Now I do. I used to do it and I used to hate it, but YouTube has made me come to love cleaning. I love doing home makeovers. I love, mom content. I love stuff like that. So I try to throw everything into the videos on my channel because it's things that I love and things that I want to share. That being said, I am sort of thrown a lot into the DIY and the home makeover niche, and I can see how people, because I watch these people too sometimes, I can see how people would think, wow, these people are rich because they're spending so much money on these home updates, when in reality, from my end, I'm just a regular person doing regular saving to make over our 30-year-old double wide. Some of us here on the platform are that rich enough to where they can do all these things, but as for me, like, I'm still in the budget phase. Like, I'm still doing budgeting, really hard budgeting, and that's normal. That's real life, and I want to show you guys that that's normal and that's real life. I've never made my channel about, look at me, look how much money I make, look at all this stuff I can do, look at this cool thing that I have. That's never what my channel's been about. That's never what it will be about. I come from the trailer park, and the trailer park girl is still in me. I'm still doing trailer park budgeting. It's not, nothing's changed in that department. I just live in a different house, and I live on my dreamland, and I just so happen not to have to wash my clothes with watered down dish detergent anymore, which is something I'm so grateful for. Your girl was tired of smelling like Ajax. So everything is still the same, though. I still have to budget. I don't know anybody in my circle who doesn't have to budget. I don't know anybody in my circle who can afford the extravagant things. I know a lot of real life people, a lot of 9-to-5 people, a lot of blue collar people. That's my circle. That's who I am. That's who I know. No. Curry. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell y'all their names. That's Fish Stick. The white one is Fish Stick, and the one with brown is Curry. Fish Stick and Curry. The baby's name is Sour Cream. So we have Fish Stick, Curry, and Sour Cream. There's a theme here. And coleslaw, of course, and a little bit. A little bit of everything. A little bit of chicken, a little bit of ham, like a little bit of everything. Y'all are going to laugh at me, but I seriously about have these goats house trained. I'm not even kidding. When they get the bottle, I'll take them out and they'll potty and they'll come right back in with the cold weather. And I'm like, oh snap, you can literally, now I know why some people on these apps have goats running around on the inside of their really pretty houses. You literally can potty train them. I can't have my goats running around in the house permanently because my dogs are already having a fit. I have to keep them separated because they're really interested in the goats and it scares them. It scares like the little goats. But I could see why people would choose to have a goat running around in the house now. I really do. They're so cute. And they're so interested in the TV. They literally will watch TV no matter what we're watching. They will sit down and have their little heads up like the little dogs on 101 Dalmatians. You know, those little cute dogs that were looking up at the TV? They do that, and it is precious. It always feels like an adventure with a baby goat. So with Little Bit, y'all know I would literally bottle feed her in the bed because I would be so tired from waking up every 3 hours. It was like having a newborn again. And I would literally have her in the bed with me wrapped up in a towel, and we would fall asleep and sleep there for I don't know how long, wake up and give her another bottle. Now I got the twin boys in here watching TV and chilling in the living room. It's always a thing with baby goats. Now, in this video at the beginning, I mentioned going shopping for organizational stuff for the pantry, but since we're holding off on the pantry probably, then I'm not going to do that. I didn't do that, but I did go shopping for a couple of things that I'm going to be doing this week. I need to do some spring cleaning, and when I do some spring cleaning, I need to do some updates, like little spring updates. The kids asked for Easter decor, and I compromised because I was like, guys, we don't really do Easter decor, and I don't really have room to store decor. The only seasonal decor I do is like Christmas and Thanksgiving and, you know, fall stuff, but they were wanting it really bad, and because it's almost spring, I compromised and I was like, okay, we'll get a few pops of spring colors in here, and I feel like that'll give them like the little Easter colors that they were wanting in here. So compromise always wins. We're gonna do some spring colors up in here, just a few. So I'm having my favorite, which is ranch cheeseburger hamburger helper. That's my favorite hamburger helper. It's not a favorite of Shane's, but he eats it because I love it. I'm gonna go eat it. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope y'all have a blessed morning, even not, whatever it is, wherever you are at. Know that I love you, but Jesus loves you so much more. I'll see y'all in the next one.